Call the July 31st special meeting to order. Roll call, Mike Ward here, Ree Butler,
Here.
Jen Pendleton,
Here.
Mark Moody.
Yeah.
I am Matt Benner, pledge of allegiance.
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. No agenda adjustments, no
Oh, we did have
comment.
one you added.
Oh.
We revised it, but I don't
But
know,
you-
just, you wanna make a note that it was revised, you added. the
Okay, so I,
Phone stuff.
yeah, I added phone approvals.
But it's, the agenda got revised on, the 29th and it was reposted, so.
Okay. Any public comment? No. Yeah? Okay. No presentations. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the July 21st meeting?
I motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor? No reports? No facilities, no superintendent's report, no principal's report, no financial report. Correspondence, communication.
Yeah, this is the real reason you're meeting today,
Right.
because we had a special education candidate. I met with Jessica this afternoon. How would I say, how would I describe her earlier? Very energetic,
Yeah.
enthusiastic, and optimistic, I would say, with three things. So I was saying, I think that when we came in, we were talking earlier, I've been very impressed with all the nominees, all the recommendations that I've received this year, not just from Nobleboro, from all of our schools, and a lot of them, Jefferson, for example, hired 2 sped teachers, and we really, that was a dire need over there. And you have hired some here as well, 2 here as well, so difficult people to find. Not only we find people, we found good people, so now we just gotta keep them.
Good.
So, but I strongly endorse this nomination.
Okay, someone want to make a motion?
I move to approve the nomination of Jessica Freeman for special services teacher for grades 6A through 4.
I'll second. For 1 year.
Oh, and yeah, under a 1-year probationary contract.
Any comment?
Was there any other candidates for this? Just
I wasn't
curious.
on that. I wasn't.
Yeah, I can speak to that. We did send out, a renewed posting. Basically, what we did was, one thing we realized, we sat down as an interview committee and we figured it was difficult to fill a K through 8 position because it's just so many grade levels. And the way that it was kind of looked at before was you had kind of like a K through 8 heavy behavior, not a lot of academics and things like that. And then you had a K through 8 kind of more academic setting. We all sat around the table on the interview committee and we thought, you know what, it's gonna lend to people's strength to do a K4 and a 5-8 because it's different when you're sitting down with a 7th and 8th grader versus a 1st and 2nd grader. And it just so happened that candidates came in and they had preference on grade level. And then at the same time too, it kind of gives an opportunity for all kids in an equity piece because those kids, let's say who from time to time struggle with behavior, they need the academic stuff too. And they need to be around kids who are, aligned with that too. And then, like I said, we got 2 very strong candidates and we hired them both. So we got lucky. If you had told me at the end of June that we'd fill 2 special education teachers with the people that we did, I'd be like, no way. But the other benefit, and Paulo was in on those discussions early on too. The other benefit, going forward with our positions here in Nobleboro is that Dominic had proposed a case management person to bring on with special education. And it just gives those people, especially in the first year, it may not last forever.
Right.
They may have to go back and, check those boxes as they go, but it gives them such a great start and the benefit of that support from central office to get them started. So no, we didn't have any other candidates. We just hit these 2 seemingly at the right time. And we were overwhelmingly, there amongst the interview committees of 4 or 5 people, we were unanimous on both.
Okay.
Yep.
So
just out of curiosity, is that gonna create another position further down the road if we're breaking them up into what we had before was K through 8? People that worked with everyone, now we're breaking it up into 2 sections.
Yep, the K through 8 was 2 people. So
Right,
K through
okay,
8
so you're just gonna have
side,
Same
one-
number, same number. of
Same,
teachers.
okay,
Same
so
number
one
of
upper
teachers.
grade. one
And we're
lower
also
grade.
doubling up
Yep,
on the 4, 5, is that,
Yep.
they overlap, right? Because
Yeah.
that's most problematic,
yep.
I would say. Is that a,
And
so
so
not problematic, but that's.
Challenging?
I think it's one of the higher amounts of kids that need the specialized services.
Right, so we overlapped them, so they actually both have a little bit.
And that overlap isn't a bad thing because it gives them an opportunity to collaborate.
Yeah.
Right,
kind of
and I don't know how
warm
much
handoff.
collaboration was able to happen
Right,
previously, so.
I had the same question. The idea is that, along the way, the idea is that they'll team teach.
right.
So.
And it's more of a warm handoff.
And I don't, were you here when
Yes.
we discussed that Dominic did?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I was
just
here
making
for
sure I
that.
couldn't remember.
Yeah,
And think of it this way too, kids get identified, we try to identify kids for learning needs. Let's say with the special education IEP early on, the earlier the better, is that we
Right.
identify and we provide those supports. When you talk about 4th and 5th grade, my experience, it's always been the population that's the largest, because you have kids who are, let's say, have an IEP and are in the program. They haven't been released yet.
right.
Maybe 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, they might be released. The ultimate goal of special education is to not be in it. So 6, 7, and 8, they get released, that lessens your population of special ed students in those grades. And kids typically don't get identified, not that it doesn't happen. They typically don't get identified in those later grades, so your
Right.
population goes down. Your earlier grades, 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, we may still be identifying kids.
Right.
And again, it offers that collaboration. It's the warm handoff from grades 4 to 5. And yeah, so I think going forward, it'll be a nice split. We'll always look at it too. Yeah, the collaboration piece, I think is key, like Ree mentioned. So,
Perfect, thank you.
and Ree was part of our, you don't mind me mentioning Ree, part of our interview team, and you were impressed by
No, I don't mind you mentioning it.
candidates, yeah.
After the fact.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, but no, actually, you're super helpful with the whole process, so thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Any
Thank you.
other
Yeah,
questions?
you're welcome.
No? All in favor?
She's gonna be in Emily's out till next Thursday, so she's gonna come in. She's got some training on Monday and Tuesday, safety care training Monday,
Yep.
Tuesday on Bristol, and then she'll go on Thursday and sign all, get all the
Yeah.
paperwork signed, so it'll be official.
So old business, so the school phones, last meeting, we heard from Reed and
John,
John. Pros and cons and all that. So John reached out to me and more or less said it's about 3 times. The phones he was looking at were 3 times the cost and they're hard to get right now. So he recommended we just go with Reed's
It's confusing.
phone list that he wanted. And also, of course, it's over the dollar amount, so we need to approve. Do we
I
have?
don't know if does it say in the previous one what reads? I know I think we had a number for John's. I don't know if we actually.
No, we didn't have a number for Jones. We had a number.
When do we have the
for Reed.
number for reads?
I think it was 6,000 something, let me look it up
I was
here.
gonna say if it's,
How much over was it now? How much over the dollar amount?
Oh, John's phone?
no,
No,
Reed's
Oh,
over the approval.
Right.
that's I don't have my notes with me, but that's my memory as well, was that it was around $6,000 or $7,000.
Over?
No, no,
Total, okay.
So it's
Total.
only, no, it's,
John's was about
$1,000.
20.
And it's for
30,000.
right, and it's for 30 phones.
Yeah.
They're all hooked, as far as I know, intercom.
Yep.
Everything
They
like
can-
that, so
eventually
anybody can
they-
intercom from any phone.
Right.
It's good because if a staff person at one end of the building sees a situation that the building needs to be locked down, they can just pick up. the
Right.
phone and lock
Yep.
it down. We used to do drills that way and I just pop into a teacher's room and say, hey, lock the building down. And it's just good to be able to communicate.
Sounds
Sometimes cell reception isn't even great.
We've already wired the whole building for it.
Right.
They actually just, as far as I know, plug into an outlet.
Yeah,
They don't hook
that's what
into
he said.
anything else, no receptacle for phone jack, so you can plug them in anywhere.
It runs by the Wi-Fi and the internet.
Yes.
If that ever goes down, we can plug into the Ethernet.
Right, he's got battery backup,
Battery backup.
which is a small amount, but it still will help.
Yeah.
And of course, future wise, if we ever look to the generator or something,
$6,472 was the amount that was budgeted in the spring. And that's the exact cost. The money that was used last spring, they put in all new drops to prepare for the phone system. That was done through E-rate funds. It wasn't through the local budget, so there was some foresight to put that in. John had a proposal, but that was the one thing that he was afraid of, was that it was gonna cost more. So, yeah.
So I guess I'd be looking for a motion for the ordering of the phones in the amount of $6,472.
I'll make a motion.
Any second?
A second.
Any more discussion on it?
That's my only thought is, I'm not sure it'd be like a policy or procedure, but so, and maybe it was you, someone had mentioned, what happens if Reed leaves? That sort
Yeah,
of-
so that was,
So if we can like cross-train X amount of people. so we
and
always
I
have
think they
that-
are, so as of right now, like, Bristol, South Bristol, they all know the systems, there's somebody in
That's one at
central office
Yeah.
that actually, so say if something happened, Reed left instantaneously, they can shut him off
Yeah.
from using it.
We're working hard
Right.
not to get in a position we've been in for a while, that when someone leaves,
You're stuck.
they take all the knowledge with them.
Right,
Yeah,
and then we have
so
to-
there is cross-training with it, you
and
know.
within the building too, just in case something goes awry and Reed's out,
Yeah, and of course, that's where central office can poke in,
right?
right?
Yeah,
And I think John will be probably up to speed on that too, so.
Matt, I'm sorry, I missed the other meeting. Would you just tell me, this is just a regular phone or it only calls the office?
No,
No, regular.
regular,
So we.
It will call the office. It
Right.
will-
Okay,
It will
but
call
we
the
could
office, it
also
will
call
PA.
parents from
Yes.
our
You can call
schools.
classroom to
Okay,
classroom,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Great.
the biggest problem will be is we've got a file to even keep the same number, so we're probably apt to have an out-of-state number for
Probably.
the school.
But one of the groups, they said they had to do that. I looked, they don't.
They don't,
Remember, there was an example that said that some school somewhere had
well,
a,
Jefferson kept their own.
Jefferson did, and there was someone else they referenced that they thought had to get an out of state, and they didn't. It was a 207 number.
It was a 207.
So
But it's not,
it's
usually,
not guaranteed.
we don't get 563s anymore, right? That, which, yeah, it's not guaranteed. Tidewater can let it go if they want to, I guess.
These things will be fine.
It's a small learning
It will
curve.
be okay.
But what you'll gain out of it, it's a small.
Well, central office went through it that first year and that actually held on for, what, 7 months? Cause you never got the right phone number, even when you were on the internet. That would be the biggest thing, is to change the website
Mhm.
instantaneously. Because I think that was
We're
the-
looking at doing some of our websites anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So. We were all in favor, correct?
I don't think
You
you
didn't
voted. I don't think.
Oh, you want, okay. Any other comment? Or? No? All in favor? Okay. No new business, no. We'll skip public comment policy. No future board topics. Our next, did we say when our real meeting is? We didn't, did
It's
we?
on your I can tell you, it's on your regular,
So our actual next real
probably if you
meeting
go back to
is
that minutes from your other one, it's probably in there.
August. Something.
Regular
Thank
meeting,
you.
August
August
19th.
19th. The next AOS meeting is August 6th.
Next Wednesday.
Right, next Wednesday. So. Is there nothing else? Meeting adjourned.
Good
5:14 PM. It's on the thing. We're still recording, don't, just so people know.
job. Everybody got normal.